All right, mindset shift number 5. Your home is a liability, not an asset. Okay? Your home is a liability, not an asset. It's a liability. Even when you're mortgage free, right, your home will still cost you money because you'll still have to pay the council rates, you'll still have to pay the insurance, you'll have to pay the maintenance, which by then will be $5,000 a year budget. You'll still have to pay the electricity, the internet connection. I think I said insurance already. So you're up for about $10,000 a year or $200 a week, even when you're mortgage free. You still got to be putting that sort of money in today's money aside to maintain the property. Your home will always be a liability because it takes money out of your pocket, doesn't put money in, and forces you to continue to work a job or have a source of income from somewhere else to hang on to it. Okay. Now, but you've probably heard people say your home is your greatest asset. Listen very carefully to me when I say this. Okay. The rich don't say that to their kids. All right. Your home is your greatest asset. The people who are saying that to you are people whose homes are their greatest asset. Anyone who says your home is your greatest asset has failed financially. Okay. If the most valuable thing they own is their own home, then they have failed financially. Okay. And they have not done enough. And I meet these people and I talk to them and I say, I say, so okay, when did you buy a house? And they go, oh, 1990. I say, how much you pay for it? They go, 200,000. I say, great. How much is it worth now? They go, oh, 800,000. I say, is that the best financial decision you ever made to buy a house, like buy that house? They go, absolutely, absolutely. I go, great. Did you think maybe you should have bought 10 of them then instead of one? And then they just stop. See, what most people do is they spend their whole life, right? They buy one house and then they spend their whole life focused on eliminating that debt, right? So they work a job and the minimal amount of money they can save, they put that on the home to try and pay it off. And they become what's called a wage slave or a mortgage wage slave, right? Where they're working to pay off a house that they'll never really truly pay off because they'll still have liabilities they have to pay, right? But if you need to pay off if your goal, and if you're sitting at home and you're getting confronted and offended maybe by what I'm saying, just hang in there because you're about to have a bit of a breakthrough, right? So if your goal is just to pay off your home and you're like, well, we're modest, we don't really want to have a big empire of properties. But if your goal is to pay off your home, you should still be buying investment properties, right? Because what's going to pay off your home faster? Working a job and slugging away at it, or putting the minimum on your loan and put all your efforts into buying properties that then go up, investment properties that go up in value, and then sell those properties and pay off your house that way. Okay. And this is the difference. The rich teach their kids to acquire assets that make money for them. The poor teach their kids to work for money. Okay. And if you acquire assets to make money for you, then you can do stuff with that money, including paying off your mortgage. Now, the easiest way to get $500,000 is not to work for 20 years and try and save it. Okay. The easiest way to get $500,000 is to buy an investment property for $500,000 and then have it double in value 10 years later. Then you've got your $500,000 to pay your house off with, right? It's a very, very important mindset that if your parents aren't property investors, your parents aren't wealthy, they would not have taught you to think that way, right? Remember what I said? Mindset shifts, very important. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the majority of the middle class are what you see on the screen. They are the sheep following each other off the cliff. And that cliff is called eating your house. What's going to happen is you're going to get to retirement and inflation is going to continue to go up, right? And the value of your stuff that you've got, your super, your minimal super, and that is not going to keep pace with inflation. And you're going to get cash flow, like income poorer, right? You're basically, the money you earn from your pension is going to get less and less valuable, and you're not going to be able to support yourself. And you've got elderly people in your family now who are struggling right now. I guarantee you, everyone watching this webinar has got elderly grandparents, uncles, aunties, parents who are struggling now in retirement because they haven't got enough passive income from their superannuation or investments. And what ends up happening is they have to sell the family home, and they call that eating your house, and they have to sell the family home in order to eat. Hence, you're eating the house, right? This is what happens. That is the reality. If you don't click out of that mindset that your home is your greatest asset and just focus on paying off that one house, that's where you're going. You're one of the sheep who's going to go off the cliff. Whether you can accept that or not, it's on you. But that's the reality, okay? Now, there is a better way, and I'm going to teach that to you.